Hello and welcome to Arcadia. This is going to be a very different video from what is usual on this channel. This is going to be an unboxing video. I have been collecting D&D miniatures for almost as long as I've been playing, and I love it. I love collecting stuff, and if it's miniatures that not only I get to collect but actually to use in combat, then all the better for me. So I hope that by making this video, I'm sharing the joy with some other people who also like to see boxes of miniatures being open. You know that feeling when you buy a box of miniatures, or I don't know, a pack of Pokemon or Magic cards, and that excitement of not knowing what's inside but being very happy and hopeful that's going to be a good card or a good miniature. Yeah, I guess that's the kind of feeling that I'm wanting to share in this video. So if you like this kind of unboxing, please let me know in the comments down below in the Underdark, because that way I'll make more. This is the Boneyard expansion. This is a collection that was released by Wizkids in March of 2021. I believe it's very focused on undead. I've already opened a few of these boxes and I've been generally happy. It's cool to have these kind of collections that's more or less heavily focused on one specific type of monster. That way, if you're running a very centric campaign, for example, if you're running Curse of Strahd, you're going to need a lot of these, I imagine. If you're going to run a jungle campaign, then you're probably more happy with something like Tomb of Annihilation. Those kind of very focused collections. I think it's a good idea from Wizkids. Might give us a little less variety in terms of things that might appear, but they're all minis, so we'll be happy either way. So let us begin the unboxing, shall we? Let us do it like I usually open my minis. I'll first take out the three small miniatures and then the big one, the big reveal. For those who don't know, these boxes usually bring three medium or smaller miniatures, and then a big one that might be big for the D&D standard size, or it can be huge or bigger. First miniature. Okay. Oh, you can't see it, but I have the second camera here, so I'll be showing you a more detailed view. Oh, this is pretty nice. This is a death slot, isn't it? It's not a gray slot. Yeah, it's a death slot. This is amazing. Probably the lighting is not the better, so you can see all the details. Let me try to see if I can show you here. It's much more lighter in color than it seems in the small camera, but yeah, it's this is pretty good. Actually, let me see if I can shed a little bit more light in here so you can see the real color of the miniature in this. Yeah, so this is very well. Well, I wouldn't say it's very detailed, but I really love the pose and the texture of the scales in the arms. Not nearly as cool as some other miniatures, custom miniatures, or Wizkids normally tends to make these miniatures that are not very detailed. Sometimes they're in interesting poses, but most of the times the paint job is not that great, very basic, very minimalistic. This one, though the paint job is as basic as I told you it normally is, the pose of the slot is pretty good. It looks really menacing. And so for those of you who are not familiar with this type of monster, slots, or slad-eye, I guess, are these toad-like aberrations that live in the plane of limbo. They're frog-like creatures who are built from chaos, basically. The story is that Primus, who is the lord, the deity of absolute order, he or they made this stone that was supposed to bring absolute order and law to Limbo, and they thrown it into Limbo, and instead of it bringing order to that plane, it instead absorbed the chaos of the Limbo, which corrupted the stone, and that stone became the spawning stone, which began birthing creatures of pure chaos, which are the Slat-Eye. And they have this weird cycle of reproduction where you can infect people. Slat-Eye are born from the chaos stone, but they're also you can also Slat-Eye can also infect humanoids, humans, with their eggs and grow Slat-Eye, transform them, kind of like the Mind Flayers do, which is really bizarre and weird and funky and scary. But they are born either red or blue, and they can sometimes be born green. But as they live longer and longer lives, they can, in a way, kind of digivolve into other levels of Slat-Eye. So a green slot, who is basically a spellcaster slot, can, evolve into a gray slot, and the gray slot can grow into a death slot, which is the most powerful Slat-Eye that we are told in the monster manual. There are stronger Slat-Eye in other editions, but those haven't come out in 5th edition, at least that I'm aware of as of yet. And they're, if I'm not mistaken, gray Slat-Eye, they grow into that Slat-Eye by eating another death slot or something like that. So yeah, this is the strongest slot that we have available in the monster manual at the time. So I'm really happy to have gotten this miniature. It is fairly strong too. I'm not sure what the CR is, but it's a very, very interesting miniature to start off. Let's bring out another one. I'm very happy with this box already. This is the joy of me opening minis. My girlfriend tells me that when I'm opening miniatures, I look like a little puppy, which I believe it's the correct state of mind when opening miniatures. So here we go to the second miniature, and this is a transparent miniature. What is this? This is interesting. Is this dancing lights? Oh, it's a Willow Wisp, or Will of the Wisp. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Oh, this is really cool. Okay, I have one of these miniatures already, but it was very, very different. It was very different. In fact, let me pause the video for a minute. Let me get the other Willowis miniature that I have so we can compare the two. So let us compare the two. So this is the Willowis miniature. I'm not sure if it's from Storm King's Thunder, but it was from another collection. So let's compare the two. First of all, it is much lower in height than the first Willowis that I got, which is good because when you're talking about combat in the grid, PCs, humanoid PCs usually have this slot's height. So to be able to have the Willow-Wisp at this height makes it feel like it's a more direct combat. If you're talking about the other one, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's a little bit higher up in the air, and this Slat-Eye is slightly bigger than the usual height of a character. Let me bring, for example, this is a vampire spawn from I'm not sure what collection it was from. Let's compare it. It's closer to the humanoid PCs in height. So you see, it was almost like they were always fighting the Willow-Wisp above their heads. So having this miniature at this height, it's pretty cool. Also, I really like the design. I thought I'd miss these little flame effects, but the way that they're using now the transparent plastic in this way to make it feel like it's not just this vertical odd looking pole of support. It's actually this slightly bending almost like column of air, and if you can see, there's this little texture here that suggests kind of flames or ghostly spirit halos or something. I like this miniature a lot. It looks more hallowy, more mysterious looking than the normal Will-O-Wisp. This is turning into a pretty interesting lineup so far. there is one other small miniature in this box that we still haven't got. Let me get that one. So, oh, sorry, let me open in front of you. This looks humanoid. Is it a zombie? Is it... No way. Okay, so this is, again, this is the part where I look like a little child in a candy store while opening miniatures. This is a Mummy Lord, isn't it? Yes, it is a Mummy Lord. I'm so happy right now. Oh boy, I'm so happy. You can't really see much of the color because it's a little bit dark. I'm directly in front of the window, but let me show you to this main camera. I'm not sure it's going to focus, but it's a little bit wider than it appears in here. But damn, it looks beautiful. It has this little weird green spell effects a little above the base, but it's okay, I don't mind. The players will be looking at it from this angle either way. It's so cool, and you can see the bandages flying and this pharaoh-like headpiece. It's really, really cool. This will... I was wanting to have a Mummy Lord for so long. Ever since I knew that one of the possible effects of the Bag of Beans magic item is to grow a pyramid where a Mummy Lord is lying just randomly. Wow, I'm really, really happy with these so far. Not only... I mean, the Willow Wisp is cool. It's not amazing, not groundbreaking, but it's pretty cool. The Death Slat is great, and the Mummy Lord, oh my god, I can make a campaign only out of this. I mean, campaigns have been made only out of this. Even in other genres, if you think about Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep or something like that, this is the bad guy, basically. This is amazing. Okay, so... yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this box so far. Let us get to the next miniature. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I love opening miniatures, and these miniatures have been certainly a blast. So let us bring out the last miniature. It is a medium-sized miniatures. Let me break this from the mold, and I can already see what it is. Not as amazing as the other miniatures, but still pretty cool. Oh, and the sculpt is lovely, and the paint job is actually pretty decent. I mean, not a lot of depth and contrast, but this is an ogre zombie, in case you didn't figure out by now, which I imagine you should have. It's an ogre zombie. The size is really good. So I went and picked up my two other ogre miniatures. So the first ogre that I got was from the Temple of Elemental Evil, or Elemental Evil collection, something like that. And it was a pretty well-sized ogre. I can show you here the two side by side for comparison. Really similar size, really cool. This one has much more of a belly. This one has much more of a hump, but still they're big, they're menacing. This is the first big miniature that I used in my campaigns, and my players absolutely lost it with the size of it. Now with some other miniatures that I got, it seems pretty small in comparison, but yeah, this is what an ogre should be like. And then I'm not sure what collection was it in, but I got this other ogre, which is, it looks like more of a what are they called? The half ogre, the ogrelons, the you know, it is possible. There's a humanoid that's half human, half ogre, something like that. And it looks more like that than an actual ogre. It's so small, but it is an ogre bolt launcher. So this one, I'm really happy with the size and the texture and these disease-looking patches of flesh. This is really cool. I like this a lot, and the fact that yeah, this is really, really good. So we have these three miniatures, all of them pretty awesome. I'm really happy with all of them, and yeah, another box of Boneyard open for me. I think this one is the best I ever got from Boneyard, so that's pretty cool. A really good set of monsters for me to torment my players with. Yeah, I'm so happy that I got that Mummy Lord. I can already picture myself using it in my mega dungeon in the Infinity Tower, or using that Slat as kind of not the big bad, but the major villain of a campaign arc This is pretty cool, and this already makes my head turn. It would be a little bit difficult to figure out how to use all of these in the same campaign, but one of the things that I love the most about the monster manual is that you kind of have the ability to design whole campaigns just by reading it. It's so inspirational and so evocative. So yeah, I hoped you liked to open these miniatures with me as much as I did. It was surely a blast for me. If you like this unboxing, as I said before, please let me know in the comments, and that will surely keep me motivated to do some more. And I guess this is it. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Arcadia. This is the place where I post my D&D doodles and whatnots. So there's a lot of things for you to see here from D&D tutorials of... sorry, I'm still thinking about this Mummy Lord. There's a lot of things for you to see here, from D&D tutorials to DM tips and advice and personal experiences and my own homebrew stuff. I'll be posting more and more videos as the channel grows. So please, if you like this, drop your like and subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure that you'll never run out of D&D content to use in your game. And that's a wrapper. Please check out my social media pages as well, where I post my artist stuff. It's at The First Arcadian on Instagram and TikTok, at TFirstArcadian in Twitter because of character length limitations. And yeah, I hope you like this as much as I did. I hope to see you at the next video.